everyone, welcome back to Silverrun Forest, yes, for episode 16 of What the Forestry. And as you can see, we are picking up some of the bales from last time, or just driving down the hill and running into some things, because this poor little skid steer is, how can I put this politely, a little ineffective on this hill, possibly, but it works, it serves a purpose. And we do have a nice new bale fork there. You can see I'd picked that up off camera because we are going to have to move some bales around, so I figured we might as well have the correct bit of equipment on here. So where are we now? We're reversing, apparently. I just hope we don't lose that bale off the top. Now, I'd given this a little bit of a test beforehand to see... oh, crikey. That's one of those wrinkles I was talking about in the other episode. We may have to get the levelling or the smoothing tool out and give this hillside a little bit of a smooth at some point today, or this episode. But yes, I've done a tiny bit of testing with this just to pick up the bales and see how it goes. We took one over and plonked it into the sheep pen, and it took that quite handily. I've no idea how much more space is in there, but we put just the one bale in for testing purposes, and took two more crumbs. Took two more around to the shed next to the cow pen area. Again, it was mostly just for testing purposes, so we could see how this thing was going to go. So, how many did we get in total? We've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we had 11 bales in total, which actually isn't that bad. I was... 12, 13? There's another random loose one over there. We'll go grab that since it's far, far away. But yeah, overall, it's not too bad. I have literally no idea how it's going to last with the animals that we've got, but we shall see as and when we actually get the animals. Because, stop please. Oh, well, I hadn't quite meant for that to happen, but okay. We've picked up the bale. Yeah, it's going to depend exactly on how much the animals chew through this food, but I am thinking we may well plough this bit of land up and get it actually seeded with grass, because that would make it, even if we don't pay too much attention in terms of fertilising, what we can do is just cut it and it'll have one stage of fertilisation from that, and that should probably be enough. If we've already got like 12, 13 bales off of it already, then I think we should be doing okay. So let's grab these two. And I'm going to carefully spin this thing around so as not to yeet them into the distance. Okay, slowly does it. I should probably have strapped this first before I did this, but... no, not that gear, reverse, there we go. Okay. Oh, sod it. That was just bound to happen, wasn't it? Okay, fine. Strap that. That hasn't, hopefully not attached to them. Let's try and move it out. Okay, that was my fault entirely. I thought I'd gotten away with it, but no. It was not to be. But that's okay. We'll just back this thing up. And yes. Heavy, heavy sigh. I have to figure out how we are going to do this. At some point we're probably going to upgrade this, I would imagine. Maybe if a newer model pops up on the old used market at some point, we may do that. It's functional. We don't necessarily need anything larger to use. Just perhaps something a little more modern that isn't trying to slide down the hill every 5 seconds and completely ruin us. But we shall see. Again, I know there was a lot of talk of upgrading in the previous episode as well. Got to think we're using used machinery at the moment, and it is older machinery as well, so we are sort of putting it through its paces quite a bit, I think. Perhaps more than it is necessarily built for on this sort of very hilly area. And I may even have the wrong tyres on this thing, I don't know for sure. We shall have to pick that up at all the wrong angle, but oh well. Yeah, just a little bit quirky on the old slope here. Okay. Now, we're not trying to get it massively square, I just want to actually get it on the trailer. And that's not going to do it, it's a bit too low. There we go. Okay. Now this time I'm going to leave that set strapped, and hopefully we won't knock the whole thing over. Yeah, it is just sliding its little heart out down that hill there. Can we go forwards a little bit more? Or is that as... I think that's about as close as it's going to get. Come on. Okay, yeah, I think we're just going to strap that and call it good. Because I don't want to... turn it into any more of a mess than it already is. Okay, forwards. Let's get those two from up there. And let's see, yeah, those two. Then we will take it all over and start dropping them into the shed a bit. I'll probably do that. Oh, cracky. Yeah, see, we are in full forwards mode. I am mashing the accelerator, but we were going backwards down the hill. And I'm turning in the wrong direction because, yeah, that was an accident. But yeah, you can see this is struggling quite a lot with this hill. And I don't know if that is particularly because of what it is, or if it's just a feature of the hill being surprisingly steep. But either way, we shall, yeah, have to come at this perhaps from a different angle. I think we'll just take these ones down one by one. So I'll get this finished because it's probably going to struggle a little bit. And we'll see you over at the other barn where we are unloading everything. Alrighty, we've got all the bales loaded on the trailer and got the trailer up to the cow barn area, but we'll have to unload that in the morning probably because it is quite dark now. But nevertheless, we are going to take this one lonesome bale that we have left on the skid steer and just pop it here into the cow pen, so that way we've got one in each. Alright, waddle over here and drop it on the ground. It should hopefully take it. There we go, lovely. And if we walk up to that, we can see it's got, well, 5,055 litres. Interesting. I wonder where the extra 55 came from. Well, this one has it as well. Well, maybe those bales are just... Oh, no, I thought it said 5,000 litres. Curious. And we're still in reverse. Yeah, at some point we may have to consider getting some lighting down here as well. But, yes. So, yeah, you can see here we've got 2 bales put in. That was originally what I'd done. And we got the stack on the back of the trailer there. So I shall turn this off, turn the lights off. Suddenly it's very quiet. And yes, we will unload these tomorrow, probably off screen, and then come back and see where we are at. Now, I say tomorrow, next week in game, April 4, that's what we're going to call it. But yes, so let's run up and have a bit of a nap and come back down again when we can see what's going on. Alrighty, we are back now. We have the sun with us again. It is the 4th week in April. Yes, trying to remember how to read a calendar up there. Yes, April 4. And as we come past our little shed here in the tractor with the plow on the back, you can see just there we've got the bales stacked up now under that little shed. So hopefully they should be good there for a while. So yeah, as you can see, that is our pen, and something our friend Artemis did mention was to look out for grass texture changing. Yes, where we've put these pens down, I had tinkered around with the ground painting a little bit and tried to cut out some of these sort of areas so it was less grassy and more just muddy, but obviously it's kept the paint texture but not the actual ground grass type thing. So yeah, where I'd sort of removed it, where this sort of mud texture is behind there, it's obviously popped right back in when we saved and exited and came back in. But thanks for the heads up there, Artemis Prime, that's most appreciated. And yeah, we'll have to just live with that the way it is. That is just the nature of things. But that's okay, it's good to know that that's why it does that. Because there was me trying to be all artsy, and well, weirdly that bush is still there, so I don't know quite what's going on with that, but hey ho. Anyway, yes, so the reason we've got the tractor out, as you've probably guessed, is we are actually going to plough out this little field, the side of this hill. Hopefully it's going to go fairly well. And what I'm probably going to do is start way up at the top and work our way down, because this is going to be a fairly difficult task. So obviously this is quite a steep hill. It's actually far steeper than I realised. So we will have to snake our way up and along and across. There we go. Yeah, this was about where we'd come to. Yeah, we've got a nice straight shot straight down there. But before we do that, we are going to get out the old, whatchamacallit tool. What did we call it? This thing. Landscaping mode. That's the word I was fumbling ineffectively to locate. Because we want to soften the landscape. Because there's a few patches around here. Where are they now? Kind of where the little tufty bits are. Where the ground is very... You can see it right there as I move that disc over it. It's very, very undulating, and we want it to be a little smoother. So let's just crank that up and give it a bit of smoothness to it. Now we're not looking to actually smooth out all the imperfections or the sort of the larger sort of bumps and sort of texture of the hill. Just those specific sort of wrinkly bits that really caused a bit of a problem. So that should probably be enough. Okay, well that's going to be enough then. And if we take it out and just go back over, yeah, you can see there's still a little bit of a texture there. Let's just see if we can level that just a bit more, or smooth it rather. Okay, yeah, that's better. So it's not quite as harsh of an edge. Well, even that one still is though. Let's just roll over that a bit more. Okay, that's better. Let's just work the kinks out of it, so to speak. So we've still got quite a nice sort of rolling hillside there, but it should at least be quite a bit easier to work with now. So let's go, how far back do we want to go? Probably about there, I think. So let's turn on that, dig this in, and see about making ourselves a field. Now, in order to actually plant this as well, I have a plan for planting the grass seed up here that should hopefully make it not too terribly difficult. And what we are going to do is actually rent a seeder, a very particular type of seeder, insofar as it is going to be a, what do you call it now, a broadcast seeder. That's what we are going for specifically. Because that should make it a little bit easier flinging the seed all the way up the side of this hill. Because if we're trying to run our little 4-metre seeder back and forth across this is probably going to be a bit of a pain. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we want to go all the way down, because this almost looks like a bit of a track that was sort of coming through here. So come on, find a second. There we go. So I don't think it likes it because we've got a tool on. Yeah, so let's just spin that around there. And go straight the way along here now. Yeah, where that was sort of so barren, it almost looks like a bit of a track that runs along the bottom side of this this hill, kind of near the river. So we'll leave that as it is. Yeah, whatever grass it gets on it, that's fine. We won't worry too much about that, I think. Although, you never know, we might change our mind later on. We shall see. But so far, this is looking quite good. It's a nice big area, and considering we've only got fairly small pens, I'm not anticipating doing sort of massive harvest work on here. In terms of sort of fully fertilising it and keeping it at 100% productivity and everything. Let's see if this can actually pull straight up the hill. Don't know that it will, but you never know. I mean, it's doing okay, 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour. I think we can live with that. That's not terrible. I think that's acceptable. Yeah, it's going to lose a little bit of its kick as we come right up this steep bit. I mean, look at that. That's a heck of an angle, isn't it? Oh, yes. But, hey, there you go. We made it all the way to the top. That's actually quite impressive. I am surprised that we made it all the way up here in a relatively quick time. The other thing we are also going to have to do is either get a roller or a stone grabber. I'll have to have a look on the map when we get done with this and see just exactly what the stones look like. At the moment they seem to be fairly small stones, so we might be able to get away with just rolling them, which would probably make things easier than having to get a grab bucket and go back and forth, because the buckets usually tend to be a bit smaller, and since it is on a hillside like this, I don't think one of the stone pickers would actually work too well. But, rollers have segments and they can sort of flex and bend a little bit easier, possibly. I don't know. I could be talking complete rubbish. Who knows? Okay. What we are going to do is head back up. I'm just curious, is it actually going to drive a bit better up this now that it's... it might be making it a little bit easier to drive onto, since this is going to be a working field. Until that happens and it gets stuck in first gear. But yes, it seems to be ploughing along quite nicely. This will be kind of a bit of a test as well. It'll probably slow down a bit, because we do have a bit of a rise up there. But overall this is going quite well. I'm moderately impressed. Yeah, looking at those stones, I think those are small, possibly some mediums mixed in. So I'm thinking we might just be able to get away with a roller. I'll have a quick look in the store here in a second. Oh yeah, that's that little humpy bit I was mildly concerned about. There we go. Good. Going a bit quick down there now. Reverse gear, please. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's have a quick look in the store at the rollers and see what options we've got here. Rollers. I mean, we've got, I think that's a front mounted one, isn't it? Oh no, that's a rear trailed one. That's 5.2 meters. That's not too terribly expensive. We could probably rent that. Only requires 100 horsepower, so that would work. 5.2. Do we have anything slightly better? Well, that's better, but expensive. That is 6 meters. And has some adjustable choices. Yeah, we might have to look at renting one of those, possibly. What's that great big honking one for? Oh, maybe we'll get that. I mean, it's not too expensive. We could actually buy that outright. But we do also need to buy a water trailer as well at some point, so I don't want to spend too much money. But I do have my eye on a water trailer, if I can find it here. Is it in this section? No, that's animal transport, what you're looking at, Felding, you plum. There was the one that comes with the TLX package. Should be this one, yes, for 5,000. We get a 5,000 litre tank, so that kind of goes with the pickup truck. So we may well get that one. Now, I don't think anything was in the sale. Oh, another baler. Oh, hang on, there's this one. 10,000 litres. Okay. I wonder what that came with. That's part of the fuel storage mod. Okay. Well, it definitely takes water and milk, so that's good. Yeah, we'll have a ponder on that today while we are doing this job. Once I get it in the right gear, at least, anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll actually buy one of those rollers and use that because it was fairly cheap. Yes, that could well be a thing to do. So, yeah, I wanted to close my window and actually do this properly as well. Got to figure out how to do my windows now. Okay, how do I do the windows on this tractor thing? That one. No, that's the door. That's the window. There we go. Nice though it was to have a bit of a breeze. Here we go. Rocks and dirt and stuff getting kicked up, and I still miss that bit. Okay. There we go. That's better. Smashing. So yes, I shall continue on ploughing out this field. Yes, it's not looking too bad. I think we might be on our way to a fairly good little grass field here. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we'll actively fertilise it like every single time because we don't really need that much grass at the moment, but it'll be handy to have. That way, you know, as the what do you call it, the population, the sheeps improve. Yeah, got a bit of wheel slip there. Yeah, as we get more births and stuff over the time and increase the numbers of the sheep and cows, having this field already ready will definitely be a good thing, I think. Because then if we want to, we can actually, you know, sort of properly maintain it, fertilise it and everything, and we'll have plenty of grass on the go. And we won't have to wait for it, that's the key thing. But yes, this is going to take some time to finish this, I think. So I shall continue on with this, and come back probably once this is done, when I've got the roller and whatever else we're going to get bought back. we'll have a ponder on that water tank, because that's actually not a bad one. It's about the same price. But if we get the one that comes with the thing, then we'll have that, and who knows. We shall figure it all out, and we'll come back when we figured it all out, and hopefully got this field finished. Its general creation at the same time. So I shall see you all back here. It might even be March. No, not March. What comes after April? May. It might even be May by the time we get back. We shall see you in a while. Well, as it turned out, we managed to get that field all done and dusted before the end of the 4th week of April. It's currently later in the afternoon now, and as you can see, we are pulling our fancy new roller. Decided to actually purchase this in the end, since it was only $2,400, so that's not too bad. And I think probably what we're going to do is get that other water trailer, water thing, barrel trailer, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We're going to get the other one, because that's probably a better fit for the farm. Oh, there we go, it is folding it down. It fits better with a pickup truck, and we can just run it with that, and that will be fine. So let's see how this roller does, if it does in fact get rid of these stones. I'm hoping it does. Okay, we have lowered it down. It is on the ground. It's definitely doing something. It is pushing those stones back in. That is fantastic. Lovely job. Okay. Marvellous. And it works at a cracking 9 miles an hour too. Either that or a gearbox is stuck again. Probably just being 9 miles an hour. But that is not bad. Not bad at all. And it actually came in a fairly John Deere related colour. Not perfect, but close enough. Good enough for government work, as they say. But yeah, let's honk through and get this field rolled. There's missing a few bits right there on the corners. Yeah, I think we didn't get it as 100% smoothed out as maybe we could if we tinkered with it a bit more, but it could also just be this isn't quite as flexible, since they are big heavy steel rollers, I guess. Okay, there we go, we got those stones. I just wanted to make sure we got the stones above all else, because that's really what's going to cause us the most problem. But yeah, this is quite cool. I'm not sure that I have actually ever rolled a field before. I may have once or twice, but yeah, that is good. And we are getting up to the top of there quite easily as well. I was mildly concerned that might have been a bit of an issue, but turns out not so much. Just have to turn a bit more. There we go. Lovely. And obviously going down this way, we can pretty much freewheel the whole way. Lovely. Well, that is doing quite well, isn't it? Marvellous. If we turn there, just have to back up a little bit. If I can find reverse gear, there we go. And we are going to mangle some of that grass, but that's okay. That will regrow, I'm sure. At least I hope it will. Otherwise we're going to be... Yeah, well, I mean, it won't matter that much. It's just a little bit of grass there on the edges. Oh, we missed some stones there. That's annoying. I wonder what that was all about. I'll have to come back and get those later, maybe. Because it seems to be rolling in the rest of them just fine when I can actually get it over the area that needs it, of course. Come on, second gear in reverse, please. Thank you. Lovely. Yeah, this is doing quite well indeed. I am happy with this choice. I do actually quite like this roller. Yeah, it looked quite impressive, honking down the road there. And it wasn't terribly expensive. I mean, 5 metres is 5 metres. This isn't a small field, but it's not exactly the world's biggest field either, so I don't think 5 metres will be a problem. There we go, that's better, got that bit sorted. Now of course if I was actually doing it a bit better, there we go, that's probably a bit better. Nice, yes, this is going to take us a little bit of time. Okay. And let us see, yeah, we'll get to the end of this row and then I'll show you the cedar. I want to get, missed a bit there. Just zoom over it. Did that get it? No, it didn't. That's awkward. No, not the mini-map. Forwards gear. Okay, that got those little bits, yeah. Always on the lookout for the little bits at the edge of the field that we might have missed. But for the most part, I think this is doing swimmingly. Oh, yes. I wonder if I lift it, will it? Probably won't, will it? Oh no, it does actually count as not being on the ground. Interesting. I wasn't sure, since technically it is always on the ground, so... Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, I peaked a bit soon there. Yeah. Lovely. I'll try not to mash the crows into the field, that would be awkward. Yeah, there they go. And there's another one down here that should take off. Nice. It doesn't look quite as impressive when you can see them pecking at the top of the ground, but yeah, that's still pretty cool that we got crows. Oh, there's a few more stones there that I'm missing. I wonder why that is. Is that just because they are close to the edge? Oh, okay, fine. We'll just go forwards then, since it's going to be a pain about reverse gear. Actually seeing quite a lot of stones it looks like we've missed. That's strange. Yeah, they are definitely gone now. I wonder why I missed those. Very peculiar indeed. Is that a little bit of field I didn't even get back there? Yeah, it might have been. Okay, let's swing around here, get this one. Let's see about getting that one as well, since we missed it somehow. Come on, there we go. Reverse gear, please. Okay, yeah, I think that got it. Definitely. Splendid. Okay. Oh yeah, so what were we going to... Oh yes, we were going to check on that cedar quick, weren't we? So the cedar I'm looking to get is going to be... Where are we? Ah, there it is. This one here, the Lizard TR500 Seed Distributor. Now, we are just going to rent it rather than buy it, and we'll probably keep it in that very loud blue. But yeah, we're going to rent it at some point for $306, do this field, and get it all seeded with grass. Seeded and lovely, and I missed another bit there. As you can tell, I'm doing very well at this. It is certainly different trying to work on the side of a hill like this. But I think we're doing okay, generally speaking, and I know I missed some more there. Yeah, I'm going to have to go overlap a little bit more. And we're going to have to get some more petrol soon as well. Just realised we are getting a bit low on that. Oh, and I did just remember, we do have to get the Isaria sensor ground tester thingy get that down here at some point and actually test the soil here, just to make sure it is good quality, or at least soil. I'm pretty sure it is soil, but yeah, we'll make sure we get that done so we can just have a little bit of a go at getting the precision farming side of it done properly. I'll probably do that off camera here in a bit. But are those still more stones? Did I not catch those the last time? Maybe I didn't. We'll make sure we get them this time. Okay, yeah, they are definitely gone. Lovely. Okay. Well, yes, this is going to take us a little while, and we'll get that soil sampling done off camera, and then probably see you next episode to do the sowing, the seeding with the lovely distributor, spreading the seed in all the directions. So yes, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please get me out of first gear. Yeah, do please hit the old like button there, and if you have not, then do please consider subscribing as well. That would be awesome. We've just hit the 200 subs mark, so I'm exceedingly happy for that. And yes, comments are always welcomed. You know, ideas, thoughts, questions, anything like that, always welcomed. And if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, I shall bid you all farewell. Cheerio, everyone.